tornado sirens are going off. So he's like, hey, hustle, everybody kind of get in the car, and we were going to go over to the concrete restroom, shower, bathhouse thing. And I remember my stepmother's just panicking, trying to get in the car and turn it on and whatever. And this funnel comes over the top of us. And it's 3/4 of the way to the ground. It's, right over the top of us.
In the morning.
Yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Hit a campground, hit some campers. There were some people hurt pretty bad. It takes a truck and a camper and puts it in the lake.
Well, how about that? What an experience. That is Hank Brown talking about. I lost my mic. There we are. That's Hank Brown talking about his experience as a kid. It's the next episode of Beyond the Forecast. In fact, Hank and Patty talk about their experiences chasing as well, even a little bit of racing, which is cool. That episode is coming out today at 3. So if you scan the QR code at 3 o'clock today, that can take you to our News 9 Weather YouTube channel. So you don't want to miss it. Again, 3 p.m. today. That'll take you right there. And some cool, it's a fascinating story.
All the stories they could tell. That's just one of so many.
They have been chasing for decades here for News 9, and they're so experienced, husband and wife pair, so their stories are from different perspectives, and they're just amazing because they live it. I mean, during the 2013 Moore tornado, their family was directly impacted. Hank was chasing for News 9, and then he knew that this was heading right towards his family.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and his stories are just amazing, just like all of our storm trackers, and we were excited to talk to them. David sat down with them, and that'll be on our YouTube page later today.
I love it. You guys finally have time to just sit and chat because there's so many stories. Viewers don't get to hear them all the time because you got to track the storm.
Exactly.
So this is, hey, we have time to chat now.
And we're excited for this opportunity going forward, especially once the weather does pick up again, because it will. Yeah. It will. It's Oklahoma, and right now we have all the time to talk about, the past, but we'll be getting into more details about upcoming forecasts on that podcast and then kind of breaking down storm chases.
Awesome.
Is the plan.
Love it.
Yeah.
No storm chases right now.
No, I was going to say, yeah. This is, in fact, it's a little bit calm.
Are you bored?
Out there.
It's awful.
Boring?
It's awful.
Yeah.
I come in every morning and I'm like, Megan, what are we doing? Let's go
there to
home.
talk about?
No, it's good. It's dry though. We need rain, and we're talking about a warming trend, which you do need to know about. If you're making plans and you got fall festivities in the works, have at it, but you're gonna be sweating it out at the pumpkin patch, okay? We're talking temperatures in the 80s, the 90s, and that brings us to football, which is on Saturday. OSU playing at home, taking on Houston. Temps will be in the 70s, warming up to the mid-upper 80s. Down in Texas, of course, the big OU Texas game, and I just realized on this graphic our Longhorn is facing the wrong direction somehow. We've got 80s, it should be into the low 90s with sunshine. Halftime, 92 degrees is what we are expecting. It's going to be hot in the Cotton Bowl. Now, speaking of the heat, well, start thinking about fall. The leaves will eventually start to follow suit. The leaves change is driven by the sunlight and the lack of it, not the temperature. So even though we're warm, we'll start to get a little color. You can kind of see some of the elms have a little yellow to them. Some of the maples have a little red to them. The aspen now are at peak or past peak in the Rockies, and on the East Coast and the mountains starting to get a little bit of that beautiful color as well. Now by next week, you'll notice the map changes drastically, especially to the north. Typically it's not until, bless you Lacey, it's typically not until the allergies have been a problem, but that's a different story for a different day. If you're a sufferer, you know. We have had a little bit of color in Oklahoma. By the time we get to early November, that is typically when we peak across the Sooner State. As far as visibility goes, you'll notice a little light fog. Visibility at the airport just dropped to 4 miles, so it's becoming a little bit more dense. Now, that's not enough that you are necessarily going to be impacted on the roadways, but you'll notice that in the air, and we're dry up and down the plains. Lack of precip is going to become a problem. 54 in North Platte. It's 46 in Bismarck, 60s and low 70s down into Texas. Much warmer, and that air mass in Texas, that's what's riding up over Oklahoma. Our Lucky Star Sky Cam network, our Blanchard cam, also noticing a little light fog. 64 degrees is the temp, and really that blanket of fog is possible in all the low-lying areas. Could become more dense through the morning. Out west, where winds are still calm along I-40, you get into Beckham County, and there will be places where there is thick fog for sure. Down into Mangum, down into Hollis, and then also Seminole, winds are extremely light. Kingfisher, winds are very light. Temps now, they're in the 50s to the north, 57 in Blackwell. It's at 57 in Harper County up in Buffalo, 60 in Clinton. We're talking mid-upper 80s for for highs. Yesterday, a lot of 70s. Now the air is still fairly dry. Even though we have a south wind, it's not like that rich Gulf moisture is coming in today, so no heat index, but still warm. And if you're headed to downtown, the Big Thunder game is this evening. Tip-off is at 7. We will be in the 70s as you're heading in, and then we'll be falling into the low 70s by the time that game is over. Temperatures across the state, taking the kiddos to school, low 60s, and just a warm afternoon. And warm, hot conditions, that's the trend all the way through the weekend. We get a little bit of relief on Monday and Tuesday. A weak front moves in from the north. You'll notice the reds and the oranges are turning more into kind of the yellows, so slightly cooler temps in the low levels. And tropical moisture from a few tropical systems down over the Pacific rides up over Oklahoma. Could provide some rain. Right now, 30% is the best we can do currently. But we'll update you through the weekend for that. Next better opportunity will be the end of next week into that upcoming weekend. So 17th, 18th, and 19th of October, storm chances go up. And if that scenario were to play out, we turn cooler on the backside with a cold front. But ahead of that front, we may have a wind, a hail, and even a tornado threat. So we're watching that. That is way down the road. That's like the very end fall break, and then temperatures are pretty close to average beyond that. Lows tonight down into the 50s and 60s, so that's your Friday morning. Friday afternoon, upper 80s, some low 90s. It'll be hot. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s and low 90s Saturday, and Saturday, again, the ball game's taking place. By Sunday, the winds pick up. It'll be a hot, windy day. Be careful. Fire danger starts to creep back in. You need to be thinking about it because of how dry we are, how hot we will be, and anytime you start to pick up the wind this time of year, that can become a problem. It's not extreme, nothing like that. Upper 80s and then slightly cooler as we head into your Monday and Tuesday. There's your rain chances. That next storm arrives Friday or Saturday, just off the 9-day forecast. Lacey.